Hi, I'm Denis Bouvier. Welcome back for another time-lapse painting video tutorial. We're still working on our Game of Thrones series. This is the third painting of 5 that I'm going to do. And this week we're painting Tyrion Lannister. Now I want to get right into it and show you some of the steps of the process and get some time-lapse in there for you. Come with me, let's do this. Right now what I'm doing is adding a nice warm earth tone of burnt umber mixed with a little bit of Gamsol paint thinning solution to give the canvas a little bit of life. After I have the burnt umber background color, I'm going to start right in on the flesh of Tyrion Lannister's face. Skin tones, a lot of the time, can have some green hues to it and sometimes reddish hues. When the skin is red, it's because there is a lot of blood vessels close to the surface of the skin. And the places that are green, there's less circulation. For me, anytime I'm doing a portrait painting, I always consider the eyes the most important part of the entire painting. Whether you're painting animals or people, the eyes are the window to the soul. And if you can capture the likeness of whatever creature you are creating on your canvas, the viewer cannot help themselves but feel a connection. There's just something about eyes that are so mysterious, and even when it's a painting, people can still feel like they're being watched. Most paintings I do, I stick to a limited color palette. What I want to do is have color harmony. And when you have too many colors, it can detract from the overall feel of the tone or the mood you want to set in your painting. I stick to this formula pretty closely, but I always make one exception. When I'm painting eyes, I do not limit myself to any color palette. If I see that a set of eyes requires a lemon yellow or a cadmium red or a viridian green, I don't hesitate. I put as many colors into the eyes as I can to add that extra little bit of life to them. I like to paint the eyes early on when I'm doing a portrait, and I like to add some liquid medium to the paint. This helps with drying time. Especially when I'm doing these quicker speed paintings. I get the eyes painted early on so that I can plan to go back into them later. And in just a few hours with some liquid, the paint can be a lot stickier and not completely dry, but a lot drier, making it a lot easier for you to go in there on a second coat. This face was covered with a lot of facial hair. So after I got most of the skin completed, that's when I decide to start in on the hair. And anytime I'm painting hair, I start with whatever is farthest away from me and work my way forward. This is the way you want to paint hair if you want to get texture. It allows you to do brush strokes over top as you get closer and closer until the final brush strokes are the things that are closest to you. I don't try to paint every hair individually. What I do is look for groupings of hair and I try to capture those. I'll paint a group of hair and add lights and darks to add contrast to the hair around it. I don't paint the darkest darks and the lightest lights until the very end. And that's my favorite part of the painting, is when you've done all that work and you have nothing left but the highlights and the darks to make everything pop.
That painting went pretty well. I'm happy with it. I did learn one thing today. What I would do differently is paint the entire background with burnt umber. So that underpainting that I did, I would actually paint over my sketch. So if I had a nice warm burnt umber underneath the entire canvas where I had the portrait, it would have been nice, because there were some spots where I didn't cover the canvas and you could see some white, and that's not fun. So that might seem like a pretty amateur mistake, but yeah, I'm still learning. And I'm here painting pretty decent, pretty happy with it, but there's always room to grow. No matter where you're at in your painting life, you're never gonna stop learning. And that's what makes a good artist. Consistently making art and making sure every time you make something, you take some valuable lesson away from it. I was really happy to share the process with you today. I'm looking forward to doing another painting for you next week. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. Don't forget to like them and share them. I'm the artist, Denis Bouvier. Thanks for watching.